Absolute Batman number 2.
Like I said at the top of the show, comic books I absolutely adore as a medium.
Batman as fuck. Come on.
That I wish that wasn't in there. I think it was fine without the Batman.
He explains the whole thing about the advance forward and the fucking...
Yeah. Batman as fuck. Come on.
No, it's Batman advance forward,
Yeah.
but it can be read as Batman as fuck. Come on!
Yeah. So anyway,
I'm just shitting all over that book and just...
let me just wax
this-
poetic
put
about
this
this
down my
fucking
pants.
shit. So Absolute Batman number 2. Scott Snyder, the writer. Whoa, that rhymed. And then Nick Dragata is the artist. And then I don't know who's on the inks and the colors. Maybe the guy holding the fucking book could show me. Keep flipping the next page. Oh my God, where's the title page?
Okay, it's back here. It's artist Nick Dragota.
Yeah.
Colors
Dragota.
Dragota. Colorist Frank Martin. Letterer Clayton Cowles.
Already.
So,
I think, well, so when I was reading
the
it,
first 4 pages is him and Alfred recounting Batman basically just tearing the shit out of the party.
it's
animals.
also showing
really cool.
like the prologue is kind of showing what happened after his dad
Oh,
was
yeah.
killed, and like the
All
bats
these bats
overcoming him
swarmed
in
him.
the zoo.
That's cool looking, dude. When he's
Yeah.
And then they show him hanging up beside him.
Well, yeah, and then the next few pages, he's fighting. No, this is what I mean. Is like so. What I love about this book, told from the perspective of Alfred as not a butler, but as a spec ops guy, of talking about him and saying like every time he thinks there's a point where he should retreat or he thinks he's defeated, he's fighting in the zoo, and the spikes come out of his cape, out of his suit, and he backs into the aquarium and they all cover him, so there's just water that slides in, and then he just keeps fucking him up and drops
it's a solution that turns it into acid.
so their feet burn, sulfuric acid and sulfuric acid or something like that. It had to be hydro because water. But yeah, so he shoots it down in bones, and then he's just like, and then he just fucking admires it because he did all that because of the cape that he designed and the tech that he designed. He was hanging upside down like a fucking bat. And on that is an example of symbolism that I could fucking get behind. Because you know what? To what you were saying, Scott Snyder fucking committed to it. And he said, you know what? This is my Batman. How can I outdo myself? I've done the Dark Knight's Metal shit. I did my own run in the New 52. How could I top it? How could it be different? I don't know. Just take away his money. Make him work inside the city. Understand the guts of Gotham. Make him more like a bat. And also kind of make him a little bit more insane. Because, I don't know, man, by the end of the book, you were in the room when I was reading it, and you just kind of grinned at me because I was just like, what the fuck? And I just chuckled at the last page.
The giant-ass Batmobile.
Again, this book is one of the reasons I fucking love comics, man. Like, it's just so ridiculous and so amazing and just... And then again, as it's progressing, this whole story, this whole part of it is really, just kind of telling the story of him just ramping up, him just beating the fuck out of party animals. Yeah. And I will say, much like, I will be fair to Absolute Superman. Yeah. There are things that I really liked in Absolute Superman, things that I didn't, a lot of things I was kind of like, whatever. There are some things in this book I did not like. And I gotta be honest, I'm not a huge fan of him being friends with the villains. So the context is they're not actually the villains, but it's Harvey Dent, it's Edward Nygma, it's
Oz,
Killer
Oswald,
Croc. Yeah, Oz
Killer Croc.
and Killer Croc.
And Selena's in the group, but she's not around.
But they're all his friends, and I'm like, and they're all kind of meatheads, and I'm like, okay, but...
Well, the whole scene with the poker game, I could have done without.
That was a part of the book I was like, we were wasting time. No, I mean, I understand the intent of the scene is like, okay, we're going to show him be a detective outside of being Batman. Show Bruce being the detective. I get it. I get the point. But I do not like the idea of his friends being, and it's so on the nose. Like, Edward has a fucking necklace with a question mark. And it's like, okay, so not everything works in this book for me. But
You're right.
But 90% of this book fucking kicks ass. And the aquarium scene, and you were there in the room when I was reading it, and I was like, you're fucking kidding. He's a bat like that. And you're just like, right? Why didn't anybody think to do shit like this before?
But it's fucking cool.
Also, the art, you and I were talking about this. Bruce's face looks weird.
The cop that's standing in Jim Gordon's room, I think it's Bullock.
Yeah.
But his face looks kind of weird too. It's just something I noticed.
Bruce's face looks like a baby face.
Other than that, I don't mind. But yeah, I don't like the way he draws Bruce's face.
Overall, the art's great. No, I love the art, but
I don't want to just shit on Absolute Superman. I mean, I know I did for 20 minutes.
I know. I was so much nicer about that book than you were.
I don't want to shit on. It's just like I have no
Hey,
problem.
man, if you don't like it, you don't like it.
I have no problem suspending my disbelief with anything in that book. Yeah. I think going into Superman books, you kind of have to, right? Now, Batman has always kind of been the more down-to-earth, street-level, gritty, right? Realistic, right?
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's also a point I wanted to have. I knew going in I was going to have a bias. I knew I was going to like Batman. Dude, I fucking hosted...
Maybe it's because I like Batman more.
At one point, I hosted a podcast called Batcast, okay? Clearly, I was going to like Absolute Batman more than I was going to Absolute Superman.
Maybe it's just I like Batman more.
I've always loved Batman. Batman's always been my favorite DC guy. So,
but we were talking about this, and what it is that I think, comparing the two, what I think makes Absolute Batman work is that they take a character-defining trait and they change it. Him being rich. He's not, so that forces the story to turn into, now he's this way,
that's why
he's industrious, and da-da-da-da-da,
and that's why
right?
he's winning every fight that he's in, because he understands the city better than anyone, so he knows his battlefield.
Right.
He gets the war, he understands the battlefield.
It lends itself to the story of the character, right? So it's still,
and
right?
it adds to his detective obsessive nature
What is
he's always
What
had.
is it in Absolute Superman that they're changing? Because I'm assuming that each one of these Trinity characters that they're doing that, right? What is it that they're changing? And I thought, ooh, maybe, to me, honestly, you want to change something about Superman and make him really intriguing and explore that fucking world for a while, that corner of the sandbox, fucking tell me that Superman's on Earth and Krypton is still around. Why? Dude, you can just, you can just layer story about,
by the
what
way,
is this shit? Oh, what is that? He's got a suit instead of...
We forgot to mention the Brainiac tease in Absolute Superman.
Where was that?
I forgot, but it's in there. No, that was a weird fart sound I made.
Yeah, what happened coming out of your nose,
no,
man?
I absolutely did really, really love Absolute Batman #2. See what I did there? And again,
my love for Absolute Batman was absolute.
And I think it's going to get better, and I think that Absolute Superman #2 is going to be good.
I'm gonna get it because I'm still not.
It's still Jason Aaron, dude. Jason Aaron's still a great writer.
I'm not giving up on it. I don't want to, but at the same time,
if it's not clicking, it's not clicking. Like you can't, you know what I mean?
It's just not right now yet.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Here's the thing: the idea that like Wonder Woman like somehow like had to marry Pluto and like that's why she's the Queen of Hell and like she killed him and like took over like. That sounds cool to me. But here's the other thing, too. I've never really been a Wonder Woman fan. In other words, I've never really read her comic books that much.
Yeah.
When I do read her books,
I never
they're not
read a
like
lot of
super, like
Wonder
they don't
Woman
really
either.
catch on with me as much.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason. I still love the characters. Characters great. But I don't know if I've just never read the right ones. I feel like what I'd like to do in the future, and this would be a great segment for our show, is do something where we look up, Wonder Woman would be a perfect example, a character that is beloved by a lot of people, but that I don't really necessarily get it, right? Or I've just never read maybe the best books, right? Look that up online and find out, like, you know, an article like the top 10.
Yeah, there's always articles of, the best Wonder Woman
and then
books
review
or
those.
whatever, yeah.
And see if those, I'm saying, like, maybe I've just not read the right Wonder Woman books.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's in the reality of it is you connect to the character because you find the right story at the right
Deadpool's
time. Yeah.
Secret Wars was finally the book that made me realize what a great comic book character Deadpool was. Seriously. Because before it was X-Force shit and Rob Liefeld and he didn't know how to write
Well,
shit.
yeah. I've always been a Deadpool guy.
Yeah, but until he... But
but I didn't get
when
on
he
until
got
Daniel
when he
Way
got
and-
reinvented by Cullen Bunn and Daniel Way and all those guys, that's when he got really incredibly good.
You know, there was a
Good character.
Yeah, and then there was that weird stage when he got like a kind of like a meme character, and then I could do a whole thing about that.
We could do a whole thing about Deadpool.
So yeah,
But like another character to me, and here's the thing: we like Superman. That Superman Space Age was awesome.
Why do you have to keep it?
Because
you
I
do
liked
not
it.
need to defend your opinion.
I don't care. I fucking hated
You
it.
just liked Absolute Batman more.
Fucking hated it.
That's fine.
My love
That's
for
okay.
Absolute Batman is absolute. My disdain for Absolute Superman is absolute disdain.
Wow.
Take that, internet. Yeah. What are you going to do about it, internet? Cry? Where? I'm the internet.
Do you want to do a long box?
I figured we did. How long have we been going?
We're almost about an hour and a half. I mean, we can if you want.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.